Hello guys, in this video I will show you how we will create a project with MVVM architecture, and I will show you from scratch, and I'll structure the folder according to the MVVM. I'll call the API so that you guys can know how we can create a project with MVVM architectures. So let's start. Let's open the Xcode. I'm creating new project. This will be an iOS application, so the platform will be iOS. And let's next. I will name it as a MVVM demo. I'm using Swift language, so language will be Swift here. The location desktop. Let's create it. As you can see, the current folder structure of the project is like this. Everything is inside the MVVM demo. We can restructure this so that it will be more organized. So what we can do, we will create couple of folders. We'll put all the delegates inside this folder. Yes, and we'll create the resources folder and sources, all the view controllers, all the managers, all everything apart from the resources, everything will come inside this sources folder. Inside this there may be a different kind of feature in the application, so I will create a feature folder here, and inside the feature folder there will be different kind of features, like in our case what we are going to do, we will be uh, showing the list of products inside the application that we will do in next in the video. So I'm creating the product list. Okay, so I am using this view controller class from here to in product list, and also along with feature I'll create the two more folders, which is the view model. All the view models will come here, and the models, all the data models what we will create, we will write everything inside this folder. So this is a structure that we have done. We can also move this asset folder inside this resources, and this project base project, that is the default storyboard and the launch screen inside the resources. So now we can delete these as we don't need this. We will add these folders that we have created inside our project. As you can see, the structure of folder is more structured as compared to the previously. So now let me build it. Build successful. Let me compile it and open the application so that you guys can see is it working or not. Let's run it. Yeah, so it's working. So now what we will do, I'm creating the list of products. So what I will do, I'll first use the table view. We can take the table view from here, UI table view. I am using a view here for the header view, so it will look like a decent design. We can give the 000 from top left and right, and height as like 1 1 2, so it is, we can give this background color to this, and here we can name it as the title name. We can give the product list. We can give the text color as the white color. So this is a decent, and we can center this in the current view, and from the bottom we can give the constraint as T20 from the bottom. So now I am adding the constraint for table view from 0 0 0, and assistant we will use the IV outlet, so we can directly use this shortcut table view. So our outlet is ready. Okay, let's close it. In the product we have the view controller. So as you can see, the table view is connected with our storyboard. So we will create the delegate and data source for this. First we need to configure. I am creating a function. What it will do, it will just add the delegate and data source. Table view dot delegate equals to self, table view dot data source equals to self. Now I am adding the delegate and data source of table view. So this will be better if we are like adding the data source and delegate in extension, so the piece of code will be separate, so you can directly go inside this and you can debug the things and you can check whatever you are going to do here. So number of row in a section, so for now I am returning 1, and here it is the, let me create the table view cell. I'll use Cocoa Touch class and I will name it as a product table view cell. I'm using the XIV. The XIV is a good choice because we can directly have the cell class here. We can either go with the storyboard also, but I'll prefer always this XIV because we can easily customize the things from here. So for now I'm just adding only one label. I'm giving the constraint as the 12, 16, 16 and 12. Okay, and let's again from the assistant give the IV outlet for this label. I'm giving the name as a LVL product name. So this is also ready. Now we have to use this cell inside our table view. So what I will do, if let cell equals to table view dot dq reusable identifier, so I am using this cell, so identifier will be this, as this will return this kind of cell, return cell. If our application is not able to find this type of cell, then we will return the default table view cell. so our application will not crash anymore. And one more thing, okay, one method I have not used is, let me, number of row in a section will be 1, and the cells, yeah, rows will be uh, any whatever we are getting from the response. So now I'm taking 1. We will change this once we will parse the data from the API, then we implement this in the video. So we have set up the table view and its methods. Let's add the we need to register this cell because we are using the XIV. When we will use the XIV, we have to register the cell with table view. So there is a method table view dot register nib and UI nib, and we are using nib name is this nil, and here it is, this cell registered. Now if we will run it, then let's see what we will see in the simulator. It's running with Xcode. What Xcode version I am using? This Xcode 14 or 14.1. I am facing the problem with simulator. Let me close this. Sometime it doesn't give the proper result. Let me close, delete all these applications. Let me run it again. So yeah, so this is a default cell that I have taken. There is nothing in this. We can now we will do the we will create the view model. View model will interact with the network manager, and network manager will fetch the data. So what we will do, we will create a view model, create the Swift file. I will give the name as a product view model. Creating a class name as a product view model, and here I'll create a function that will get the product, and once the product will be received, then we will inform to the caller that we have received the product. So I'm using the completion here. That completion will inform, that will be the escaping. And now we need to create one more thing, the network manager. So under the sources, we can create a new folder by using new group. The managers, all the managers come inside this folder. So I'm creating the network manager. This network manager will responsible to interact with the APIs. I'll name it as a class network manager, and I'm creating the function fetch data, and this fetch data will accept a URL string, and once the response is fetched, then we have to return that response. So on completion, I'll return the response. I'll decide which type of response is this. So I'll create the URL session URL session dot share dot task. Here will we needing the URL request, so I'm creating URL request. This URL request need the URL, so let's create the URL. Guard let URL equals to URL string else. If the URL is not correct, it will return from here. So we have the URL here, we can add here. After API, once we will call the API, we will get the response. In response we will the data response and the error. And here if let data, if we are getting data, then we will go with the directly data, else we will return the error. So now we'll see which kind of model we need to create. Accordingly we will pass the data model here and we'll return the data model from here. So we will create the model class here. Product model. Now I will show you now I will show you which API we will call, and you can search any dummy API, any fake API on Google, and let's take this. As you can see, here is a URL. You can copy this and paste it again in the URI. So you can see there is a list of products, but this is not the formatted way. So either we can go with the online tool, or I can tell you one more good thing, which is an extension. You can install that extension in the Chrome. You can search the extension as a JSON formatter, and this is the one. You can see here it is the icon, and once you will add this, added, it's very lightweight extension, and you will reload this. So your JSON will be structured, it will be formatted. As you can see, everything is in very readable format. So here we can see there is a three things: products, total, skip and limit. We will only go with the products. So let's create the model. For the data model we will use the struct, because we are not like dealing with the any references. So we'll use the product, and this will implement the codable protocol. So inside so products there will be the products name, and this will be having the array, and second thing is total limit. I can use this total also. Let total will be int. Now we need to create one more structure. We'll name it as a product model, and this products will be of array of product structure, and this is also a codable kind of. Now what we will do, we will I'm taking couple of keys from here. I'll not taking the entire JSON. So what we will do, we'll let string, description is also there, price also there. That's all. I'm just using these three things. It is a kind of a string. We can parse everything, but to show you in this demo, these are sufficient. We can parse everything. So this kind of structure we need to pass here. So whatever we are returning, we will get the product list. So I am using this product URL. So let me, okay, I'll pass the URL from the ViewModel. This is not good, but for the this demo purpose, what I will do, I'll pass this uh, product URL. Let me URL string I'm using here, but we can organize this in a better way. I will, so network manager, I can call this as a class function, so we can directly call here network manager dot fetch data, and here I'm passing the URL. And what we need in the response, we will be needing the products here actually, and let's parse it. So let product try JSON decoder dot decode. We are getting the products kind of data from the JSON, and in products we do have the completion products. So what we'll do, product dot products, I'm giving the name as a data model, so this will be very easy to understand, and it is null. And if there is no data, that means we do have an error. So in data, in this place we will return nil, and for now I'm hard coding the error, but we can change this later as per the error what we are getting. So this is we have created the network manager that is interacting with the API and will return the response. Now this we need to completion products and error, and I've created here the variable where products will be of product view model. Let's spell it correct, RODUCTS. Okay, and if we do have the let products, then what we will do, product equals to product self, and here we'll return the completion. We will use the completion here. Let's build it. So here I am facing problem. Okay, escaping will be there because it's a task is time taking, and we don't know how much time it will take. Escaping, and also one more thing, let task equals to this and task dot resume. If we are not using this resume, this will not be going to fetch any data. So everything I think we have done. Let me call this view model from our view controller. So I'm creating here the view model object, product view model, and I'm creating the function, private function, load data. You can name it anything, but I will prefer this one. View model dot get products. If like we are getting the response, we will be getting this callback. We will, what we will do, we will just reload the table once we will get the data. Now what we will do, number of section will be same, 1. Either we can remove this because by default the number of section always will be 1, or view model dot products dot count will be this. And now what we will do, create a function. Let me create the function that load cell data, and here I'll pass the model model will be of product model, and I'll name it as a model dot title. So let's load the data, load data, view model dot products dot index path dot row. So everything is done. Let me compile this. Let's see what happens. Oh, nothing happened. Let me debug. Okay, actually I have not called this function, so we need to call this. Let's see what happens. Application is crashed. Let me debug what it is saying. Table view and solution API colon background. Okay. Actually, whenever we call this closer, our execution is like goes into the background thread. So we need to keep in mind that whenever we are showing the data onto the UI, the UI component will be onto the main thread. So we'll use the dispatch. Just a second. Yes, we'll use the dispatch queue dot main queue dot async, and I'll load the table inside this block. Otherwise everything will be on the background here, so this will not a good practice. So as you can see, everything is done and I am successfully able to get the data. So for this video, you can see I have created a view model architecture, and I have structured the folder in different uh, groups. So this will more organized and it is like very readable. So thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, if this video helps you, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.